What I'm going to share with you in this video is literally the core of everything. We live in a world of multiple parallel realities. When you learn the art of embodiment, you become the master of shifting realities. What is the reality you want to step into? How does your life look like in that reality? The biggest mistake that people do is that they are stuck in their old patterns. Hi and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ishpreet and I am a money and manifestation coach, or money or manifestation queen as I call myself, because I have literally mastered the art of attracting anything into my life and attracting it effortlessly, including money, including just about anything. So if you are new here and to my channel, you're gonna find everything high vibe. You're gonna find ways to effortlessly attract things into your life, and very soon quantum leaping is going to become a huge part of your life. And that's exactly what this video is going to be all about, because I've realized that what I'm going to share with you in this video is literally the core of everything. This is the foundation of everything. If you can nail this, you've got it, and the biggest challenge for people is to sort of reach this point. So whatever work that we do apart from everything that I'm going to talk in this video is so that this part becomes easy. So we are going to talk mainly about this term called as embodiment. Okay, now when I talk about quantum leaping or shifting realities, what I'm saying is, number one, if you don't know about all that stuff about the quantum physics side of manifestation, you need to know something first of all, which is that we live in a world of multiple parallel realities, right? Any single outcome that you can possibly think for yourself already exists in a parallel reality. Now, don't make me go into too much in depth, because this is not the video for that. I'll probably make another one for that. If you want, let me know in the comments below. But that's the whole thing, that we live in a world where everything already exists. So we are not creating anything. So let's say the time when I was in India, let's say, for example, if my business was not where I wanted it to be, versus now I am in Bali making 7 figures a month, and this is what my life looks like. Both of these realities existed that time, and both of these realities exist today. It really depends on which reality do I choose to tap into. So when you learn the art of embodiment, you become the master of shifting realities, of quantum leaping. It's like picking and choosing the reality that I want, which is the reality I want, and then let's just tap into it, right? So let me take you through step by step. Number one, what is embodiment? Embodiment is when you start to walk in the shoes of the future version of you. Okay, so when I say walk in the shoes, I mean walk in the shoes. I mean literally from the very core, which means your feelings, your beliefs from a cellular level. The person, the version of you who has achieved everything, who is successful, how would they show up in their life? How would they talk to people around them? How would their beliefs look like? How would they dress up? How would they talk? How would they eat food? What are the places they would go? What are the decisions they would make? So when I say walk in the shoes, I literally mean walk in the shoes. You start to do that. You start to show up, and you don't even have to do, by the way, all these things. So a lot of people would be like, oh, but you know what, I don't have that kind of money right now in this moment and stuff like that. Don't focus on that kind of stuff. Okay, you don't always have everything to do with money, and you don't always have to spend money in order to feel abundant, and things like that. Money exchange is the action that leads you to the feeling of abundance, but you don't necessarily need to do the monetary exchange always in order to feel abundant. So which means that right now you can literally tap into the feeling of abundance by asking yourself, what feels abundant? Is it your house? It is your health? Is it your friends? What is abundant in your life? Tap into that emotion by feeling that emotion, by thinking of these things that make you feel abundant, and you will tap into the emotion of abundance. And the funny thing is that even if you are not thinking of money and you're tapping into the emotion of abundance, you will still be attracting money into your life, as a matter of fact, because the vibration of abundance attracts every sort of abundance in your life. It's not going to be like, oh, I was thinking of friends while thinking of abundance, so I'm only going to attract that in my life. No, that's not how it works. So the point being that you really embody the emotions that your future version holds, and you start to show up as that version in your present life. Do you know the concept of ideal parallel reality is the question. So let's say, what if I ask you right now that what is your ideal parallel reality? This ideal parallel reality includes everything. Okay, everything means what is the reality you want to step into? How does your life look like in that reality? Let's say, what is the car you drive? Where do you travel? How do you spend your time? What does your relationship look like? Literally everything. Okay, so I want you to describe your ideal parallel reality. This is the reality that I want to step into. Now, when you do that, then it becomes a lot more easier to show up as that person. So once you've done this, once you've created your ideal parallel reality, then you ask yourself, what am I in this reality? Detailed version. What am I in this reality? And then you start to show up as them. Now, when you do this, what is happening is you are literally putting out the vibration and energy of that future version of you from that ideal parallel reality in the present moment. So you are attracting that reality standing from where you are in this present moment. The biggest mistake that people do is that they are stuck in their old patterns. They're stuck in their old way of thinking. They're always, every single day, they're focused on the same problems. They're focused on the same things. They're focused on the same emotions. And hence, they attract the same reality over and over again. And then they feel like, oh my God, my life is stuck. I am stuck. Nothing is moving. This is not the life I want. And you're just stuck in that loop. And why is that? Because every single thing that you're emitting every single day is the same. So in order to pick and choose a different reality, you need to shift this whole dynamic of how do you feel, what are the emotions you're putting out, and just everything around it. You need to start to emit emotions of the future version of you. You need to start feeling like your future version of you would feel like. You need to start talking like them now. The evidence comes later. The energy and vibration is put out now. You cannot wait for the evidence to show up and then be like, oh, now is when I feel better. Now that the money has shown up, I feel better. Now that the relationship has shown up, now I feel better. That's not how it works. You need to first feel better or feel what you would feel when you have the money, when you have the relationship, when you have the opportunity. When you have these things, all of these, how would you feel? Feel that now. Let's say if I told you, assume, let's do a role play kind of a thing. Okay, what if you assumed that this is what my life looks like? You assumed that I'm already successful. You assumed that I already have whatever I need. So you start to show up from that place of assumption. And when you start to show up from that place of assumption, you start acting like them. You start showing up like them. You make decisions from that point that, oh, I already have this money. Let me now take a decision from this standpoint. So in your head, you've already assumed that this is what your reality is. And this is like in connection with Neville Goddard's law of assumption, where he talks about that how you assume something, and when you assume something to be your reality and you start to show up as that person with that assumption, it just comes true. It has to show up in your reality. There is no other way to go about it. So embodiment is literally the answer to whatever you want to attract in your life. It's not that difficult, it's not rocket science. It's not something that people complicate it too much. Like the people in my tribe, in my academy, in my clients, they know how simple things are, how easy things are. I know people. So recently, by the way, I hosted a masterclass on embodiment. I will link it down in the description below for anyone who's interested to sign up for it. That masterclass blew the minds of everyone present in that. And that masterclass also became the reason for so many people shifting realities, quantum leaping into different realities, and literally tapping into a reality that they wanted in half the time. All of these are the results that came out of that masterclass. And if you connect with me on Instagram and if you check my client results highlights, there are like 4 highlights filled with 100 stories each. That will sort of give you an idea as to how effortlessly things happen in my energy. So if you're interested, if you want to master if you master embodiment, you've mastered everything. That's what I feel, because that's what I've seen, that's what I've experienced as well. And I know that that's the science behind it anyway. You can literally quantum leap into reality in this moment if you want. It's a matter of how fast you collapse time, how fast you become a vibrational match for something that you want. There's a whole video on becoming a vibrational match. Again, how do you do that? I'll link it up here. And that's pretty much about it. Make sure to check out the academy that is again listed down in the description box. This is the place for anyone and everyone who is willing to change their whole life and do it again effortlessly. Here we turn you into the master creators of your reality when it comes to money, when it comes to relationships. We launched in February and we've already have like hundreds of success stories, which is absolutely insane to think about. We've seen people go from debt to 6 figures in 1 month. We've seen people attract their dream jobs, 100% hikes, dream relationships, opportunities, movie roles, just so much. So if you're interested, check it out. The link is in the description. Connect with me on Instagram. Join our Telegram community as well if you'd like. And that's about it. If you have any questions, the Google form is again below, or drop it in the comments below. And I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye.